morning, guys. How we all doing? Hope we had a good weekend rest and did some um, relaxation. Had some proper relaxing time away from the market, and now our mind is cleared. We're ready to go again for this new week. So, um, here we are on the weekly time frame for Euro USD. As you can see, last week we had this push into this liquidity low right to our left that we've been targeting, right? So, guys, as you know, we are in this bullish leg, and then we've been slowing down after grabbing some liquidity to our left, right, guys? So if you look at here, right, so we started to slow down once we came into the supply area. Now from there we've been pushing down internally, right? Our internal market structure remains bearish as can be. So you can see bearish, you can see bearish, right? So bearish push down, break of structure, swing high, swing low. Now we've had this break of structure again. Now this is our swing high, this is our swing low, right? So for me personally, I would be waiting for some sort of retracement, right? If you're still gonna get bullish pressure, you would have to wait for some sort of retracement, because now to enter this short would, after this break of structure and this liquidity grab, would be very risky, guys. So the best time to enter short would be here, right? So here we have our impulsive phase, right? Here we have impulse, right? Impulse, right? And then right, another impulsive phase again, right? So the best time to enter short would be when market is around here, right here, this retracement, all of this area was the best time to enter short. Now market has broken structure with grab liquidity, so entering short becomes more risky, because you expect, what do we expect? A pullback after liquidity and break of structure sometime in the future. So let's see. So for me, all I'm waiting for now is, okay, now I can identify this as my buy before the sell, right? I identify this as my buy before the sell, which broke the structure. So I would be waiting for, if you come on the day, on the 4 hour, right, you can see, what do we have? Beautiful, right? On the 4 hour, here we have swing high, here we have a swing low. You can see liquidity here, liquidity here. So I'll be waiting for either of these liquidity grabs, right? Here, right here, right, and then wait for that liquidity to be grabbed, then wait for that change of character, and then from there we can sell Euro USD. If we don't get that change of character and we keep getting higher prices, we just keep on following the other flow, because at the end of the day we still understand, okay, daily swing wise we're still bullish, but the immediate market structure and the immediate order flow is bearish. The internal market structure and the immediate order flow is bearish, and we don't want to fight that. But once we start to see changes and we start to break these highs, this high here at 1.6657, 1.1657, right, then I will start to look for those buys. So that's my target for this week. So let's see what happens. So I'm just waiting for that retracement. We serve the low. You could start looking for perhaps some retracement positions. Perhaps that would be nice if we get that. So if we are into that, so for me, I would just be waiting for highs to be broken. Then I can start looking for longs, as you know, I just want a switch back to bullish if that happens. But the thing with the DXY is, if we look at the dollar index, right? Let's go to the weekly on the dollar index, guys. So as you can see, we're still at this third trend line touch, right? Which we have this 1 2, and then we have the fake out of this low right here, and then V-shaped reversal, and now we're just making upward momentum, and now we're in the bullish phase. So if you look at this, we still have this high, this liquidity high here that we haven't grabbed. So that's my target for the dollar. That's why I'm still short on euro USD, and because the euro is fundamentally weak, and dollar started to gain some strength from last week. So let's see if it's going to continue that its bullish leg into this liquidity high at least, and that would give us further short positions on euro USD. So let's keep an eye out for that, because in the dollar we're in the bullish phase. Okay, so for GBP USD, guys, guys, look at this, man. We grabbed all the liquidity underneath, and once we grabbed all the liquidity underneath, so for me it's similar, right? So with Euro USD we have the same thing, with GBP USD too we have that same thing, where we've grabbed the liquidity underneath, and now I'm just waiting for that retracement into that supply level, and we have this liquidity highs right here, right? So we have this liquidity highs right here. So perhaps we get that retracement into that supply level, and then we can sell from there. Also, that would be nice if we, because this is a nice supply area, we took out liquidity to the left and then broke structure. So we just have, okay, fib 2 right here, and you can see that would even be discount. So let's wait, be patient, wait for that retracement, and then perhaps we can get some entry into GBP USD also. So with NZD USD, guys, this beautiful from last week, in this short from last week, beautiful position. Now we still have some of these lows still open, so I still expect further lower prices on NZD USD. So let's see if we get that. So still we have this low open, and this is a strong low. Why? Because we took out this liquidity and then V-shaped reversal to the upside. So this is quite a nice strong low, and we've come into this low, so it's a possibility for us to start to see some upside momentum from this low. So that would be nice. Maybe we grab this liquidity, connect to this area of supply, and then we can look for those further shorts to scale into those short positions to target this extreme lows here. So that's quite nice. So let's see how this develops into the week. I would like to short it further, but I'm just waiting for some higher prices. And for AU is still the least clear out of all of them, and that's because the Chinese yuan is perhaps going to start to show some strength, and because of that strength, so AUD would not fall, right? Because it's not fundamentally bearish, right? So you can see swing low, swing high, right? So we're still bullish rather, and then we've taken out this liquidity, retracing to this demand area, which was right here, and then we consolidated, and now we broke higher above. So it's not really giving me a clear direction per se, so I would just rather skip it. For USD CHF, for this one also, I'm looking for higher prices, right? So we talked about looking for higher prices here. I'm still interested in higher prices. Perhaps we can get those higher prices, and then from there we can start to short it. Maybe we grab this liquidity, and then we can start to short it to grab all of these ascending lows that we left behind right here. So that's one target, right? So let's keep an eye out for that, or maybe we want to grab all of these descending highs. So let's just keep an eye out for that. If we grab this liquidity and we see that change of character on the lower time frame, then we can find an entry and sell it. Okay, guys? So for gold, guys, this week for gold, you can just see gold has been stalling and moving sideways, guys. We've just been moving sideways, building up this liquidity. So for me, perhaps we get some higher prices, and if possible, guys, if it gives us that change of character, we can sell it to this quarterly open. That would be my next target. Grab all of this liquidity that we're building and then sell it. Maybe we come into here, looking for a nice strong supply zone to my left. I cannot really find any, because okay, so we have here, right? So we have here as our supply zone on top, right? And then market came into here, consolidated, and then we can have here as a buy before the sell, right? Let's refine it to right here, right? And the thing is, okay, so we didn't grab liquidities, but we did break structure. So let's see from inside here, and since we've grabbed all of this as highs, so we'll just grab this highs, come inside here, and then from there we can start to sell if we get that change of character. But if we break above it, then you can start looking for further buys, as this is still bullish. So For USD card, guys, from last week we are talking about this, guys. I was screaming, I'm waiting for market to come here, and then we look for those buys. And guys, once it came here, what happened? Boom, V-shaped reversal to the upside, and then it's just continuation because the card is fundamentally weak and the dollar is gaining some strength. And this was just beautiful, guys. If you don't have these opens on your chart, I don't know what you're doing, guys. So we swept liquidity, boom, a V-shaped reversal, and now it's just take you to TP. If you're in it, congratulations. For USD JPY, I would be, if you're in any position here, would be scaling out, because right here, what do we have? We have this major liquidity high above, and then once we expect some retracement, once we grab it, perhaps into this low here, right, that we left behind, because we didn't, you can see right here it's open, liquidity is still open here. So that would be nice. Maybe we see some lower prices, we grab that liquidity, and then we can buy it to take out this liquidity. So let's see how that works. All right, so that's it for today. I wish you a wonderful trading day. Take care.